Hello everyone. Today I thought I'd make something slightly different from my usual videos and share with you a few of my favourite watercolourists. Now, these are by no means the only watercolourists I enjoy. I've got many favourites, but these are a few of the painters that inspire me or whose style I particularly admire. So, to start with, we have one of my favourite painters from the UK, that's Hoar. As you can see on his Instagram page, it says he's been painting for over 40 years. I think I read somewhere that he's been painting professionally since 1980. And he's especially well known for his line and wash paintings. I believe he even uses like a sharpened matchstick stuck into a piece of bamboo for his line work. I've been a fan of John's work right from when I first started painting a couple of years ago. I can remember seeing his work while searching for watercolour videos on YouTube. I came across a trailer for one of his tutorial DVDs. I was instantly drawn to his loose style and his choice of colours and the way he captures the English towns and landscapes. These winter paintings here are some of my favourites of his. I really love the skies and the shadows. It really makes me think of an English winter. From what I could find on the internet, he seems to use a limited palette of raw sienna, light red, alizarin crimson, phthalo blue red shade, burnt sienna, burnt umber and Payne's grey. And they're all Winsor & Newton, I believe. Yeah, it's definitely my kind of colour palette, I think. John runs workshops at various locations around the UK or from his home in Devon, and he also has a number of DVDs available from Townhouse Films. They're each a couple of hours long and show him performing a few demonstrations. I've not actually seen any of them, but you can find the trailers on YouTube. I definitely hope to travel down to Devon and attend one of his workshops when I'm back in the UK. John doesn't seem to have a huge online presence, but you should go and take a look at his Instagram and subscribe. Then you should check out his website where you can get information about his forthcoming courses, or you can buy his DVDs or even his beautiful paintings. Okay, so on to the next of my favourites, who is another British painter. This one's called Jem Bowden. Jem is another painter based in the southwest of England, though I think he might be moving up north. I'm not totally sure. Again, I discovered him while searching YouTube, and much like John Hoar before him, I was drawn to the looseness and the colour choices in his paintings. To me, his work is just so beautiful. The way he paints the sky, bushes, grasses and trees, and how he shows the light just amazes me. He's definitely a master of capturing the British landscape. Jem's got a website and a blog that's full of interesting information. He often writes not just about his triumphs, but also his struggles. It's really fascinating to know that even experienced artists go through the same struggles and disappointments as the rest of us. According to his website, the paints he uses are raw umber, Indian red, light red, phthalo blue red shade, French ultramarine, Winsor lemon, cobalt turquoise and any scarlet type red. I think they're all Winsor Newton apart from the phthalo blue, which is from Ken Bromley. So go take a look and subscribe to his Instagram page and also his YouTube channel. He has a few demonstrations on there and also some trailers for Vimeo courses you can buy. Also go and visit his website where you can find his blog, buy his paintings and find information about workshops or tuition. He offers one-to-one tuition either via Zoom or in person. Okay, so on to the next of my favourite watercolourists. This one you might know. It's Viktoria Prischedko. Hope I said that right. I said you might know her as she has a much larger following on Instagram than the others on this video. I discovered her paintings via Instagram, actually, and I'm really happy I did. The way she uses colour wet on wet is just simply stunning. And it's very different to the kinds of paintings that usually appeal to me. I'm usually a fan of much more muted colours, and a more traditional watercolor style, but Viktoria's work is just really something special. From what I found online, it seems that she's originally from Moldova, but has lived in Trier, Germany for many years. I couldn't find a whole lot of information about the palette she uses. There's little bits, but I've seen it mentioned that she uses lemon yellow, perylene violet and ultramarine. There also seems to be an orange of some sort in there, maybe a turquoise or teal, maybe, I'm not quite sure. But she uses very few colours in each painting, no more than 4 or 5 usually. One thing I did learn that was very interesting is that she uses 600 GSM paper from Hahnemühle. I can't imagine how thick the paper must be, but I guess it's needed to avoid buckling when working so wet. We're also lucky that there's a couple of videos on YouTube where someone's filming her actually painting, so we can see some of her techniques. There's also an interesting, well, I say interesting, interview demo, but it's in French, so I can't understand it. I also saw that Leron Jankowski has a video on her, so if you want to know more about her, you should take a look. Other than that, the best places to see her work would be either her Instagram page or her website. Her website shared with her husband, Slava, I think that's how you say his name, who's also a very accomplished watercolorist, and he's well worth checking out as well. Her website's also the best place to find out about any upcoming workshops she has planned. And now on to the final of my favourite painters I want to share with you in this video. And this time he's from here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And his name's Thanakorn Chaijinda. Thanakorn's actually one of the main reasons I started painting watercolour in the first place. Back on Christmas Eve 2019, I hadn't even the slightest thought about painting. But my girlfriend and I were at the local mall where he has his studio. We were just looking at his paintings he'd got framed in his gallery, and she came up with the idea that she'd like to do some painting tuition with him after Christmas. She'd painted before, but hadn't for a few years. So we went to have a chat with him and ended up being there quite a bit longer than we expected. He painted us a quick landscape demonstration. Then he went through all the tools he likes to use. He showed us his John Pike palette filled with Schminke Horadam paints, and also how to use his favourite Hake brushes. From what I can understand, he uses the Hake brush the majority of the time, and then he uses a Chinese brush or a cheap synthetic for details. So after seeing all that and seeing how effortlessly he created these landscapes, I started to think it might be fun to try watercolour as an artistic outlet. So when I got home, my girlfriend gave me an unused little watercolour sketchbook, a couple of her brushes and a Mungyo set of watercolours, and said go for it. And now it's almost 2 years later and I've done hundreds of paintings and can safely say I'm addicted to watercolour. I love so many of Thanakorn's paintings. They look so beautiful framed in his gallery. Seeing them on the screen really doesn't do them justice. I especially enjoy his paintings of Thai buildings and temples. I've tried myself to actually sketch some with pretty terrible results. I guess his years spent working as an architect helped him with this. Thanakorn doesn't seem to have a website, but you can go and follow him on Instagram or Facebook. You can also subscribe to his YouTube channel, where he's got a number of excellent demonstrations to watch now. They're in Thai, but most of the latest ones have English subtitles. And if you're ever in Chiang Mai, you can see and buy his paintings at his studio in Promenade Mall. Okay, so that's 4 of my favourite watercolour artists I wanted to share with you. I've got many more favourites I wanted to share, but I think the list was almost 30 long. But of course, if I covered them all, the video, it would take me hours. Maybe I'll cover a few more of them in a future video, we'll see. So who are your favourite watercolour painters? I'm always interested to hear about other people's influences and inspirations, especially when it introduces me to a new artist that I've never seen before. Yeah, let me know in the comments, I'll be really interested to know. And thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.